Welcome, Xiao.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Max, for the introduction. And I'm so honored to be here. And my name is Xiao Saunders. Probably it's a very weird name out there. Obviously, Saunders is my husband's surname, which I haven't used for the last 10 years. And then the last 2 years, when I was using LinkedIn, I started to use his surname. And he was like, oh, finally, you're proud of my surname. I say, no, not really. There's a lot of Chinese girl called Yang Xiao out there. So it's very hard for people to find me. That's why I'm using your surname. So anyway, I'm from Durham Marketing. We're definitely one of the biggest WeChat marketing company in Singapore. And as you can see in the logo, oh, by the way, here is my WeChat code. Feel free to scan me for a free 30 minutes consultation. The first 10 people who scan the QR code will be able to get some freebies giveaway. There's some more tips I will customize just for your company and your industry to share with our years of experience. So you can see in the logos, like we are helping like PropNext, Maybank, National University of Singapore, Xiamen Airlines, Scoot Airline, and of course F45, and then AIA, which is the biggest insurance company in Asia, and also PropNext is the biggest property agency here, and then Singapore Flyer as well. So we're doing for most of Singapore tourism, Thailand tourism. So for most of them, we are doing their WeChat marketing from head to toe, from official account to maintain the content, and then we're writing like 4 to 16 articles for them every single month. Okay, let me continue. First of all, I'm super humbled and then grateful for everybody joining me today together with Max and the team. Appreciate it. I'm super excited to share more tips about WeChat marketing with you. And then, of course, now you're tuning into this whole chat because you know how powerful the super app of WeChat is. As you can see in the on the chart, even WeChat is not vastly used in the Western world, but we are still like definitely the top 5 app used in the whole world. The reason to be is in China, you just without WeChat, you cannot do anything else. It doesn't matter how much money you spend on marketing on Facebook or Instagram or Google keyword, it just doesn't hit any Chinese market at all. So that's why WeChat marketing is very, very important. Take an example. Some of my clients will say, we're not even thinking about targeting China market. Why on earth I have to learn WeChat marketing, and then why I have to focus on that? Let's say our client Grab, we're writing 16 articles a month for them. And then they don't even have a market in China. And then why they're spending so much money here in Southeast Asia? Because they want to take the Southeast Asia China new immigrants market. When I came to Singapore 18 years ago, the population in Singapore was 3 million, and now the population in Singapore is 5.5 or 5.6. So out of 2.5 million population, the government requirement is 75% or 70% has to be Chinese racial, and so Singaporean birth rate is very low. And then where they're from, they're like myself. We came here as a scholar, or we work here, or we get married here and then have kids here, all of that. So I realized that how niche is this market is. With any other method of marketing out there, you just cannot target that 1 to 2 million Chinese new immigrants here. So we came here, we never use Facebook, we never use Instagram, and also Facebook is pretty noisy out there, tons of advertise. I will explain more about the difference of advertising user experience of WeChat and Facebook later. So yeah, WeChat is under the company called Tencent, we know. So from our experience, we know what company needs. There's 3 things the company needs from the customer. It doesn't matter it's from B2B or B2C. When you maintain a B2B relationship, you do it as make same effort as much as you're doing to a B2C procedure as well. So we want to get exposed to more potential clients. So the sales rate is 10%. If you expose to 100 people, and then 10 people potentially will buy it. If you open to 10,000, 100 people will buy it. It's just the ratio. It's not like it's impossible you are liked by everybody. So the more people you expose to, it's more chance you get liked. That's my opinion. And also my mom said don't marry the first boyfriend you met. So it's the same thing in my opinion. So number 2, get existing customers to buy more. So these people are already, they have believe in you. They're the believers. And then what you need to do is just to show them you have a new product, and then you can do more for them, all of that, so they will buy more. On top of that, you have to educate them through like official accounts or video or whatever, to educate them to buy more often from you. So I'm gonna share some real case studies later about the clients we worked with before. And yes, visibility plus credibility is profitability. So first of all, you have to be visible. If your company is not on WeChat, and how can we even find you? So we helped PropNext sold a lot of luxury condos in Singapore. The condos at least above 3 million and above, in like Interlace or Sentosa, because if we write a beautiful articles about the square feet, about the surrounding and all of that, let's say one day Max say, Xiao, can you recommend a nice good investment for me to invest in Singapore? And I say, yeah, sure, this condo ABC is pretty good. And then Max asked me how good it is, and I was like, this condo doesn't pay me. Why I should like explain bit by bit to him? Like he's a friend, I can help him once, twice, but not the third time. So the best thing is, if I have this existing article with all the details he wants to know, I just forward this details to him, and then the recommendation cost of me is low, and then I would like to do it. If it costs too much of my time, I don't want to do it. People are just lazy, or we're busy with 2 young children, all of that. Yeah. So that's why what we are doing for F45 as well. It's a good investment opportunity, and then we explain so well with different kind of articles to explain to people bit by bit. Then when our franchisee want to recommend us to their friends, or they want to get an investor in, so we can just send in all the details we have, and then they can just look through if the financial works for them, or if they even like the workout. They don't, we're not US dollar, not everybody has to like us out there, right? So that just make my recommendation cost much lower. And this is some data, like let's say in Singapore, we're talking about super app in Southeast Asia. So we have more than 3 million Chinese tourists coming in. Of course, we're not talking about now. There's 0 almost in China tourists. But in the normal time, if you are you're a souvenir shop in Singapore, but if you're not even on WeChat, how the Chinese tourists, when they came to your area, they wouldn't even know this thing even exists, so they don't have to buy more expensive souvenirs in Chinatown or somewhere else, but they can go straight to you. And then for tourists, maybe they just have 4 days or 3 days maximum. Whoever takes preoccupied their time before they even came to Singapore, and who makes the money? What does a tourist do in Singapore? They spend money. What should we do? We become visible, and then make sure they spend money with us. So the moment they book the air ticket from Shanghai, let's say Shanghai to Singapore, because in China everything goes through WeChat, train tickets, movie tickets, everything through WeChat. So we can because we're the Tencent authorized agent, we have the backend data, so we can detect that, and then we will know who is coming to Singapore at around what time. And also in China, everybody's using WeChat Pay, so we can estimate that if you're spending 20,000 this month, maybe you're making 30,000 that month. Of course, we're using Alipay as well, but from the WeChat Pay amount, we can estimate roughly, I should promote to you a 5-star hotel, or I should promote to you a 3-star hotel, or I should promote to you a hostel. So it becomes really, really accurate. Okay, then we have 1 million to 2 million Chinese living in Singapore and all of that. And then people, the group are young, and then they have good spending power. Let's say when we do WeChat marketing for F45 in China, we only target 25 to 45 years old female, and because they have more chance to buy. And then we are not a gym, we're a community. Who is easier to build a community? Definitely a woman, not men. Of course some men can, but mostly we spend money on women, and they read about fitness articles like 5-6 times last week, and then we know that they're a target audience. Because educating a person who doesn't go to gym and till the stage she goes to the gym and pay for a fairly more premium price for the gym is just hard work. We would like to take over someone's already has the needs, and then so for this conversion, what's the difference? Like WeChat advertising, WeChat movement advertise on because Tencent is the biggest gaming company, and so their revenue is not from the advertisers. So for advertising money, they're just helping the merchandise and the user experience. The advertising money for them is peanuts. So they would only allow 3 advertise a day. You can, as a user, you can see in your let's say WeChat moment, which is like your Facebook feed. On the other hand, on Facebook, you can see a lot unlimited advertise you want to see, because they generate the revenue through advertisement. So that's why on WeChat, even you and me are not friends, but if I pay a good price, my advertise will appear in your WeChat moment on the number 5 moment there. So we really can be just right in front of your eyes all the time. And then how Tencent gonna choose who's be on it? It's a bid. So whoever pay more, whoever gets it, which was pretty fair. Okay, and then this sorry, it's in Chinese, but I will explain. So we will there's a lot of the first stage tag. It's about education or tourist or finance or traffic or property or anything. So you can really we can select according to the very niche you want to target a very small group, because it's billions of us in China. If you want to advertise into everybody's WeChat moment, you just don't have the budget. What we did, it was like, let's say only Shanghai and only Jing'an area, maybe only that area with the building which you have your shop is. Like, why I'm advertising a Shanghai studio when I'm based in Beijing, right? So of course the demographic is important, and then their interest is important, and then we can narrow down so small, very targeted to, so the feedback from that process is pretty good. So this we can differentiate sex, male or female, and also you are using Android or you're using iPhone, or what kind of thing you're subscribing, what kind of language, which area. So it can be really accurate. The most powerful thing is about your roughly income and what you're roughly spending as well. Because let's say at 45, when we targeting in China, if people making less than 15,000 RMB a month, we wouldn't target them from our estimation, because our membership is about almost 1,700 a month, and then it's just not affordable. It doesn't matter how much you like it. You come for the trial or whatever, you just cannot, you will not buy. And then for the WeChat Moment account, you can see this is from CDL, which is one of the biggest housing developer in Singapore. So it comes here on your 5th feed, and then you click on it, and then you can register your interest. So the salespeople will go for it. And this is a delivery company we help them for. This is 5,000. This is RMB, which is 1,000 Sing dollar, and then the impression is 100K. And another day, the impression is another 100K. So we can see that on the 4th of February, we stopped the advertise, and then the impression went lower, and then the 2nd and 3rd, the impression is steady. and then we gain the subscribers for them. Each day is 700 or 500, and then on the fourth they didn't spend money at all, but we still have 100. So this is interesting part is this is the back end data. This is a residential, this is tourist. So when you press that, how we define residential, whoever open WeChat continuously for 14 days, we consider you as a residential person. Then we will push you some residential stuff, and then we can see how much is the price. We can define the age here. We can see if men or women, and then here we can put in what kind of interest this person have. Like he likes movie or he likes travel and all of that. So for the tourists, it's much more expensive per impression, because what tourists do here, they spend money. So it's very, very, very accurate target can be. So for this, 600K people are on WeChat in Singapore, and then here is Malaysia, about 2 million. Residential WeChat user. Why there's more people in Malaysia using it? Because when WhatsApp had no audio message function, when the young Malay people, when they're doing the gaming between each other, they just don't want to type in too much, and then that's why they add me on WeChat, and then quickly they can chat through WeChat when they're doing the games. And this is for Beijing, as it's 20 million users, and so we have to narrow it down. We just don't have money to hit 20 millions out there. This is F45, and then after Mark Wahlberg invested for 50 million, the group invested a big lump sum of money into our company. Then I actually sold almost 30 studios the last 9 months in Singapore, and also 4 in China during the and 2 of them actually during the lockdown period in the COVID-19, and then we just sold the first ever F45 in Macau, and then 2 in Hong Kong as well. So yeah, I really enjoy this. So this is we're doing for them. So within 6 years, we expanded to 45 countries, almost 2,000 studios globally. And this is the territory map. And then it was very green, but now it's green means available. A lot of them not available. So that was one of our clients. And then this one is Grab. So we also did a lot of promotion for them. So make sure the new immigrants, Chinese also. I think in Singapore, every single one of them has the Grab app. And Scoot Airline. So the Scoot Airline, we help them brainstorm the offline campaign. So the offline campaign goes like, what's your story with Scoot? And then you comment. So we collect about 10 to 20,000 comments. Those are real-time testimonial. And then so people talk about when I was a student studying in Singapore, and I always take Scoot Airline. And now I met my wife on the airplane, and now we're taking the kids back and forth to mother-in-law house every twice a year as well. So those are real-time testimonial, which you can't buy with money. And then we chose 2 or 3 to give away free air ticket. It's budget airline. So but it was really good result. They gained a lot of subscribers, and then they got a lot of real-time story as well. So you can see the tick here with Prop Next. The tick here is you have to be verified very carefully by Tencent. So it's not like an average Joe company is able to get verified. You need your ACRA, you need your CEO's passport, all of that, and then take a picture, and then they will verify you through the website. They have to make sure these emails address are really relevant and all of that. Then you can get approved, and then you can have this tick. So as we know that in China, the trust level is kind of low. If you don't even have that tick, you don't even exist on WeChat, you're not even verified by Tencent, it's a very slim chance Chinese will buy from you. And we sold a lot of properties for PropNext and these and this event of Alibaba, when they came to us 3 days before this event in Singapore, they sold about 1,000 tickets, and then after we helped them ironically promote on WeChat, they 3,000 tickets sold out within 3 days. We're pretty proud of that. And then this is a client, we sell durian for them, and so we will never target the people who do not like eating durian. So what should I do next? You cannot get stronger by watching people who doing the push-up online. Get your feet wet and then try, and then of course step one, download the WeChat and then start playing with the WeChat moment, and then start see how other people advertise, subscribe to your competitors or something you're interested in, and then get a sense of it. And then end of the day, you still, if you want to do proper campaign or whatever, you still need a strong tech team for full of people writing content in Chinese for you. So yeah, you cannot learn how to swim if you refuse to get into the water. And this is and how much budget should I bring in the marketing? So our previous advertise, we spent 2,000 Sing dollar, we got 400k impression. So 7 Faces is I know you, I like you, I trust you, I will try you, I will buy it from you, I repeat. And then the best stage is I will refer clients for you. So feel free to scan my linking code, and so we can add it, or you can find my name Xiao Saunders on LinkedIn, or this is my WeChat. And thank you so much for everybody, and then I will select 10 people to have free giveaway 30 minutes consultation. Thank you, Max.
All right, thank you, Xiao. Thank you very much for sharing that presentation. So again, I want to remind each of you to ask questions using either the Q&A tab at the bottom of your screen, or you can also push that question on the chat. So we have a couple of questions, but before I take them, Xiao, I wanted to just get your view on WeChat as a super app, especially in Southeast Asia. Tencent has been for the past few years bragging about the fact that they are doing extremely well in Southeast Asia. Malaysia is becoming like the next big market and so on. But bottom line, we also, when you are on the ground in places like Jakarta or Singapore or in Bangkok, you actually don't see a lot of people using WeChat. So what is your view? Do you think Tencent is actually, successful in pushing internationally WeChat?
I mean, they are in a good progress on pushing the Southeast Asian market. And then I have to say, for the last 6 months, I really see their effort. They have this Asian marketing director come to Singapore at least once a month to visit us, and then we bring her to see our clients like National University of Singapore, and then the big clients we have. So she has a sense of how the clients give feedback on us. I think the problem is they if we don't have WeChat Pay well explored in South Asia, it could be difficult for them to get into the real market. But then now we see in Thailand or in Cambodia, all the touristy places have WeChat Pay, but it's just a matter of time. But this kind of market is like, if you don't crack in hard and strong, you're gonna lose it to someone else. Like Grab is doing Grab Pay out there, and then I see more people using Grab Pay in Singapore than they use WeChat Pay.
So it feels like if you don't have that payment backbone to support your super app, you're not gonna make it, right?
I wish them the best, but I think they need to. I mean, yes, as you said, they're bragging about they're doing a lot in Southeast Asia, and as their authorized agent, I can see a huge difference compared with 1 year ago. They're really put people on the ground, and
Okay.
yeah, we'll see how it goes. So because of the COVID-19, everything stopped. So 1 year later, let's chat about this again, how they really put
Okay, all
things
right.
on the ground. Yeah.
No problem. Okay, let's take some questions.
Sure.
So first questions, if you look at the Q&A tab,
Yeah.
you can see them. How to go about registering an official WeChat account? Where can I use to make transaction payment in Singapore and China?
So yes, you can register. So about a few months ago, a year ago, you are only allowed to register which official WeChat account with China Accra company BizFile, but now globally you can do that. And then about the transaction payment, that is a bit gray area, but can be done. We have helped some merchandise to do that, but the thing is, it's very China government is not encouraging you to get the money out, so we will see.
Next question, how much will be the registration fee like to have an official WeChat account signed up outside of China? And what is the typical procedure to go about?
It takes you about a week or two, and then the fee is between 500 to 800 dollars, something like that, or even lower, depends on the packages you're taking. And then there will list of about 20 questions we need to ask you from, and then you have to prove us with your biz file and then company bank account and all of that.
Okay, so it's pretty straightforward to do this.
So very interesting. Okay.
How can we sell into China via WeChat? I can't accept payments.
So yeah, good question.
Yeah.
So we help a client to do that is in the one of the official account column here. You click on it, and then that is linked to your website. So we are helping Charles and Keith to do that in Cambodia without they can getting the payment. So that link leads directly to your website, and then your website have Visa, Master, all of that. So you can still accept payment, but you need to generate the leads from WeChat to your website.
Okay. So there's just a quick comment from Rick about Australia. I mean, I wanted to expand that comment. Is WeChat used?
Is WeChat use what? Sorry.
Is Australia, is WeChat popular in Australia? I mean, obviously there are a lot of Chinese students in Australia. Do you think that Australia is a good market?
Yeah,
for
totally.
people to use WeChat?
Yeah, totally. I think so. There's a lot of Chinese in Australia, and the thing is, if you are the first, let's say you are the first fitness company advertise on that, and then you just take most of the market already, or if you are the first organic food promote on it in Chinese, and then just Chinese will be always lazy to read in English. If you be very much user friendly and then let them see you on WeChat, and then you're able to take the market as soon as possible, instead of if you're on Instagram or Facebook, it's full of your similar competitors products out there already.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Xiao. Okay, so we are at the end of those 30 minutes. I want to again thank you for all the attendees to joining us today. Thank you, Yang Xiao.
Thank you so
for
much,
sharing
Max.
your insight. If you want to continue the discussion, feel free again to join our group on the Entrepreneur platform. We create a special group for your apps, so you can in this group meet the other delegates and also continue asking your questions. Also, another thing, if you would like to meet Yang Xia, the other speakers, but also the other delegates, we'll have online panel discussions at 11:30 Hong Kong, Singapore time. So join us, and after this panel discussion, you will be able to actually do some networking. We have created a virtual lounge where people can go from table to table, and then you can actually have a discussion like right now with videos with all the different delegates and speakers. So feel free to drop by. It's in about 1 hour from now at 11:30 Hong Kong, Singapore time. All right, thank you very much, Xiao, and we'll see you again during the day. And thank you, guys. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.